You were born into the machine. It was already running. Before you could walk, someone was calculating your future income. Before you could speak, the cost of raising you was already justified by what you'd produce. You are not a child in this system. You are pre-labor. Watch a 4-year-old. She stacks blocks, knocks them down, laughs. Her mother asks, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" The question sounds innocent. It isn't. She didn't ask what the child wants to experience, what she wants to feel, who she wants to become. She asked what economic function the child will perform. The child is 4, and she's already being sorted. There is no stage of human life where work doesn't define you. Childhood is preparation. Adolescence is qualification. Adulthood is performance. Retirement is obsolescence. You were never allowed to just exist. In 1850, a child worked in factories. Everyone agreed this was wrong. So we invented school. We said children need protection. Children need childhood. But look closer at what we built. School starts at age 5. 8 hours a day. Bells mark the intervals. Sit in rows. Raise your hand for permission. Produce work on deadline. Performance is measured and ranked. This is not education. This is job training. A 12-year-old comes home. 4 hours of homework. Her mother says, "You need good grades to get into a good college to get a good job." The child is 12, and she already knows her worth is conditional. We removed children from the factory floor. Then we built a factory for children. We just changed the product. Now they don't make shoes. They make themselves into workers. The system doesn't care if you're gifted at music. It cares if music can be monetized. It doesn't care if you love animals. It cares if veterinary school produces ROI. Every passion must pass through an economic filter. Love what you want, as long as someone will pay for it. A 16-year-old sits in guidance counseling. She says she wants to be a painter. The counselor smiles, then pivots. "But what's your backup plan?" Translation: your dream doesn't count unless it generates income. She will learn to call this being realistic. It's not realism. It's training. By 18, you're in debt before you've earned $1. Student loans aren't aid. They're a binding contract. You will work for decades, or your credit dies. Your housing dies. Your future dies. The diploma isn't freedom. It's a leash. Then you enter the workforce. 22 years old. This is called starting your career. As if you haven't been preparing since you were 5. 8 hours becomes 9. 9 becomes 10. You check email at night, on weekends, on vacation. Nobody forced you, they say. Technically true. But watch what happens when you stop. You become unreliable, uncommitted, replaceable. The system discovered something elegant. You don't need to force compliance. You just make survival conditional on it. Then you call it choice. A woman sits in her car, 34 years old. She's crying before she goes inside the office. Not because something happened, because nothing will. Just another day, and another, and another, until she's 65. If she makes it, you were told, work hard and you'll be secure. So you worked hard. But the goalpost moved. Now you need a side hustle, a personal brand, multiple income streams. Rest isn't rest anymore. It's unmonetized time. There are people who say, find work you love and you'll never work a day in your life. This is the cruelest lie the machine ever told. Because what it actually means is, surrender even your passions. Make every part of yourself productive. Then call it fulfillment. The opposition says universal basic income, shorter work weeks, worker protections. These aren't radical ideas. They're tiny adjustments. And they're treated like fantasy because the machine doesn't run on what we produce anymore. It runs on the fact that we're producing. Your exhaustion is the point. Your dependency is the point. The moment you stop, you become a problem to solve. Retirement was supposed to be the reward. 65 years old. Finally free. But look at who makes it there. Look at what they have left. A body that's used up. Savings that might last. If they're lucky. If nothing breaks. And the cruelest part, many of them don't know what to do. Without work, they feel empty. Because we didn't just teach them to work. We taught them that work is what makes them human. You feel it, don't you? The weight. Sunday night. That specific dread, it's not just in your head. It's in your chest, your stomach, your shoulders. The body knows. Here's what the machine doesn't want you to realize. You were born into work, but you weren't born for work. Humans existed for 200,000 years before the 40-hour work week. Before productivity, before careers. We built this. Which means it isn't inevitable. But here's the trap. The escape requires the one thing work took from you. Time. Energy, space to imagine something different. The machine is efficient. It doesn't need to imprison you. It just needs to keep you busy. A child stacks blocks, knocks them down, laughs. Her mother asks what she wants to be. And the child doesn't know yet that the question is the cage.